Now, Texas has become a magnet for home buyers across the nation, with new construction starting left and right. But who holds responsibility when that new building is destroyed by a natural disaster? And joining us on The Factor Uncensored to talk real estate tonight from HAR.com, board member Bill Baldwin, Houston Association of Realtors. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. Quite a week we're having. I'm hoping you came out okay.
Still no power at the office, but considering the other choices, I think I'll take that just fine.
All right, we'll go with that one. So, Bill, what we wanted to talk with you about is we have seen a lot of new structures that have not been completed, homes that have not been completed. And the concern for some is if I've purchased that home and it collapsed before I move in it, what happens? How do you handle that as a homeowner who just purchased a new structure that's not even complete and the wind blew down?
I saw one on White Oak Boulevard where the whole second floor fell down into the first floor or whatever. So, I mean, the protection is the city inspections. When they go back and inspect these things, they'll have to have another inspection of the structure, whatever capacity it would have been in. If it was in the framing stage or if it was in, the sheetrock stage and it got water penetration, that's what I would do, is make sure that you're getting the proper city inspections along the way so that you can ensure that the damage was remediated and that the new components that are put back meet today's building codes. That is the protection for the city of Houston and its residents, is to rely on its city inspectors. Now, there are private inspectors. I had a number of people reach out today asking for structural engineers who could go back and reevaluate, and those are available. I visited with an engineering firm earlier today just to kind of get a grasp of what that might entail. And for a couple $100, you could have a structural engineer come back and re-inspect those things independently. And of course, then you want to rely on independent inspections along the way also. It's not uncommon to have an inspection before cover-up, it's called, so that you would have your own independent inspector evaluate the framing, the wind strapping, all those things that are required in the building process. The same would apply if you're under contract on a house today and you were set to close and it was a normal construction or a normal home that was selling. You should re-inspect these things. I've mentioned this after Harvey and other instances. It's a good practice to go re-inspect. Roof shingles flew off, plumbing vents flew off, air conditioning vents flew off, water penetrated in any number of different ways. And I would go have those homes re-inspected independently before I closed on any other new home. And I think that's what you're going to see. I visited with some other people earlier today, and I think there'll be a delay on some of these real estate closings because people will take the precaution to have their homes re-inspected. It's not required today.
Follow-up question to that point that you just made. If you do find significant damage on this home that you haven't closed on, whose insurance is it, or who's responsible to have it repaired before you finally closed on it? Is it the seller? Is it your responsibility?
It's the seller. You wouldn't have any insurance that would cover you prior to closing. So if you're an individual who's contracted with a builder and you're having it built on your nickel, then that would be your insurance. But that's not the case most of the time. It's a independent builder who's building a house, or you're buying a house from an individual, and it's their insurance that would kick in. And there are some delays that are a result of that also.
And I have a really quick follow-up to that question. If you see the damage and it's so significant to you that it's a turnoff and you're close to closing, but you say, well, look, no, I don't want to do this deal now. This is just too much damage. Whose burden is that?
Well, I'm not a lawyer. Realtors aren't allowed to practice law, and so I want to be careful what I say here.
Got it.
The contracts allow for the sellers to put it back in the condition that you received it in. Now, often, if it had a 10-year-old roof and now it's going to have a brand new roof, that's not the exact same condition, and it can be a conflict between sellers and buyers. There are buyers that get cold feet over incidents that happen before closing, and my advice would be to seek the advice of an attorney.
And of course, Welcome back to The Factor. According to an S&P Global analysis, insurance premiums in Texas jumped 23% last year, the highest increase in the country and more than double the national rate increase of 11%. Experts say that skyrocketing rates are caused by a combination of high inflation and Texas' recent series of natural disasters, which we all have experienced. Bill Baldwin details how this is hurting the home buying experience.
I think what Beryl continues to show us after the wind event 2 months ago is trees. Trees are now way more important in a real estate transaction than they've ever been before. What we've been noticing before the hurricane is that insurance companies are very hesitant to insure any structure that they think might have some risk. So before the hurricane, we were having tremendous issues with securing insurance where trees are in close proximity to housing structures. You're going to continue to see that be a problem today. And so in many instances, we've seen the insurance company wants the trees to be 20 feet away from the structure.
Wow.
So if you're buying a house and the next door neighbor's tree is only 10 feet from your structure, how are you going to be able to secure insurance? Insurance is my largest nightmare. It's not even interest rates at the current moment because people understand interest rates. They don't understand the need to secure homeowners insurance quotes early on and recognizing that half the insurers that were here years ago are no longer in Texas. Many of the insurers that are here are no longer writing new policies. Many insurers that are here insuring policies are canceling policies through no fault of the particular insured. So securing insurance and being able to secure insurance after an insurance claim is going to be a big cause that all realtors and all buyers and sellers need to be aware of.
And that's an important point. I never thought of that. Be mindful of the trees around your property, especially if you're buying one before you get that insurance, because it could be a problem.
We're seeing more and more insurance rising costs, meaning that homeowners are securing deductibles much higher than ever before. It used to be standard to have a 1% deductible. Now we're seeing 2%, 3%, even 5% deductibles for people to try and reduce the cost of their housing insurance costs. But you need to recognize that when the deductible is $30,000 now or $50,000 now, that you're not going to have the same kind of mindset of securing insurance when you have a fence go down or a tree go down. You won't make those claims anymore because you don't meet the deductible anymore.
You're absolutely right. Not with a $30,000 or $50,000 deductible. That's just mind-blowing. Well, Bill Baldwin with the Houston Association of Realtors, you have opened our eyes today here on The Factor, and we appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.